Latest Youri Tielemans update to Arsenal brought to you by Jacobs Ben. You know, he supports Leicester City and he's really a top tier journalist and he is the man close to this deal and knowing what is happening at Leicester. He has been giving us latest updates from Leicester. You know, there is a lot of movement at Leicester. Fofana, Kasper Schmeichel, Youri Tielemans and James Maddison. Either for you. Kasper Schmeichel has left. Maddison is wanted by Newcastle. Arsenal wants Youri Tielemans. And Maddison is being wanted by a side which goes by names of Newcastle. Either for you. Fofana being wanted by Chelsea, and the manager says Fofana is not for sale. And right now there is a breaking story coming in from the side of Leicester City that Pereira Ricardo is out for another 6 months. Remember, even last season, he just returned from injury that really saw him miss after the season. But this time around, he is out for another 6 months. So it looks like things are not going all well for a side which goes by names of Leicester. And it looks like, according to how they really lost very many games last season, I think the same thing is going to come in this season. And it's going to be worse because if at all, Tielemans goes to Arsenal, Maddison goes to a side which goes by the names of Maddison, which goes to the side which goes by the names of Newcastle, Fofana to Chelsea. Can they really close in and bring in players in there for you? Leicester is known for really having good connections and a very good scouting system of really looking at players. If we look at the Tielemans, they're talking about James Maddison from Norwich. Tielemans came in from France, is it Lyon? Then Fofana also was playing with William Saliba, is it in Marseille or Lille? So they really have a very good scouting network. So they've been throwing a lot of money to them. Will they take it? So we wait and see whether they will really take it. Then after the Youri Tielemans story, we're going to talk about Patrick Vieira. Patrick Vieira has really said lots of things about Arsenal and how much they've changed before that game of Crystal Palace is really going to take place today in there for you. And you know where it's taking place, obviously. It's taking place at Selhurst Park, where they're playing a side which goes by names of Arsenal. Then Kierney Tierney in the mix, returning from injury, issuing some quotations in there for you that are really going to put Arsenal fans very happy and knowing that, all right, this season he might be available. And the manager came out and said the reason as to why the reason as to why Kierney Tierney is really taking long to or it took long to return from injury and full recovery was that he was played last season when he was injured. So they needed to give him full recovery and see to it that he really gets back to where he's supposed to be. That is Youri Tielemans, Kierney Tierney, a player of Arsenal. Then we are talking Lucas Torriera, a deal of Galatasaray almost coming to materialization. Anytime from now is expected in Turkey to undergo his medical. I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Guys, we want to hit 10,000 subscribers. Endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, you know that today Arsenal is playing a side which goes by names of Crystal Palace. How many hours from now? 3-4 hours from now, the game will be live onto your tele. And like 2 hours from now, we are really going to be here to bring you what we call the match analysis, the match build-up, confirmed lineups, and the battles, explaining to you what Mikel Arteta expects, what Mikel Arteta is going to say before that game. So all that and more is going to be live onto this channel in here for you in what we call a match build-up. Then after the match build-up, we let the match be played. When the match is done, we come here to break down the match in what we call the highlight and match reaction show onto the Rokani Media Football. So guys, don't miss out. So Patrick Vieira, once the captain of Arsenal, said this: they are in a better place last year. They are in a better place than last year. When you look at the new players they've brought into the team, they are much stronger. They have the squad to challenge to be closer to the title. You've had, this is your former captain. He's telling you that you have a squad closer to win the title. And this is something that people are not really giving Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, and Manchester United. Guys, if Arsenal had 60, let me see the table. Premier League table. The Premier League table 2021 2022, right? Let me have a look at it. When you look at Arsenal last season, it gathered 69 points. The win of the Premier League table had 93 points. You get? And Arsenal in total lost 13 games, and the win of the Premier League title lost 3 only, and it drew 6, Arsenal drew 3. So ask yourself, out of the 13 games Arsenal lost, how many can it reduce to see to it that he really hit the 90 tally point mark? I really believe that the team which is going to win the Premier League this season is going to be at 90 points. That's where they're going to be, because the competition is so much huge. I've never seen a top 6 very competitive like what is going to be here this season. Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Tottenham Hotspur. So, Arsenal lost 13 games and drew 3. In those games, I really believe that there are games Arsenal is not going to lose this season. Arsenal won't lose to Man City at Emirates. Arsenal won't lose to Liverpool at Emirates. Arsenal won't lose to Brighton at Emirates. Arsenal won't lose to Southampton. I think there are like 7 games that Arsenal can really turn into wins. Obviously, because of the signs they've made. To me, I'm not so much carried away, but I really believe that we can go into a shock this season. All of these top 6 teams can really win this title. I'm telling you this because they have teams that have shown that they can do it. Someone tell me, even Manchester United, I tell you, United had 58 points. United lost 12 games, you get, and drew 10. So, if at all, that means when you draw 10 games, you've dropped 20 points. You get? So, if United can turn 7 out of those games into wins, those are obviously 14 points. Add them to the 58, that is 72. If United can reduce on its losses that we are 12 to like 6, you get? Those are 18 more points, making it 90 points. The same applies to Arsenal. If Arsenal can really reduce on the draws they really had, because Arsenal really had 3 draws, okay, that's okay, and losses. If Arsenal can convert its losses or reduce its losses from 13 to like 5, and then get 8 more wins, those are 24 more points. 24 more points, add them to 58, that is 82 points. Trust me, any team that is going to raise 82 points this season, it's going to be into the title winning range. So when Patrick Vieira comes and tells you that Arsenal are much stronger, they have a squad to challenge to be closer to the title, he's not lying. He's not lying. These are facts. I don't support Arsenal, but I'm seeing very many people really rating off very many teams, saying that Liverpool and City are going to win the trophy. Guys, things have changed. Things have changed. You get, the pace is going to be so much, the pressure. And you're not going to see very many teams really having very many differences in points. No way. I think it's really going to be a very competitive top 6 in there for you guys. Don't be shocked when any of the teams you expect to win the title, as predicted by pundits all over the world, when he is out of the queue. Don't be shocked, guys. So to me, I know we are in for shocker this season. I've not yet done my Premier League predictions. Maybe I'll do some tomorrow, but obviously, those that have been watching this channel know it that I really believe that this season is going to be really so much tricky. So I don't rule out any team in the top 6 from coming in here and really doing the needful. We are really going to be shocked. I'm telling you. That's why Patrick Vieira is the manager of a side which goes by the names of Leicester City, Crystal Palace, is in the Premier League. He knows what it takes. So he has really weighed in at Arsenal. He knows what those signs they've brought in mean to a side which goes by names of Arsenal in there for you. So let's leave that at that. Let's wait for that game. And it's going to be happening like 2-3 hours from now. And we promise to bring it to you live onto this channel either for you. So Leicester City expect an offer soon for Youri Tielemans, and Arsenal move still very possible despite the lack of offer. So far, it's £30 million Leicester want in there for you. That is a man who goes by the Jacobs Ben is really so close to this deal. This update was put out yesterday. I never did a story about this, but allow me really show you the main reason as to why I've done this story. This is the main reason as to why I've done this story, because Jacobs Ben has gone ahead to really let us know on another Youri Tielemans update to Arsenal, or any team is going to hijack this move. He said, if Arsenal don't bid for Youri Tielemans, it's an open race. And that's where United could come in as a backup for, or even a late bid from Newcastle could be something we see. If Arsenal bid and agree a fee, Youri Tielemans will join regardless of what any other club will do. So this story has lots of things to be discussed about. One, a confirmation that the player wants Arsenal and only Arsenal. That's it. He doesn't want any other club apart from Arsenal, as they've always reported. This player wants only Arsenal. He doesn't want any other club. And he says that another situation we get from this update is that if Arsenal don't bid, it will call for teams like United and Newcastle to come in and do the needful. So this deal looks like it can be hijacked, but I don't believe. I don't believe that Youri Tielemans is willing to really not extend his contract at Leicester City. Arsenal acting like they have this deal in their hands. They're acting under outgoings and they're wanting to sell these players and then bring in Youri Tielemans. Obviously, we are told by David Austin that Arsenal want to first clear out the dead wood and then create space for Youri Tielemans. Obviously, because Youri Tielemans is coming on at a cheaper. You all know that he is left with 1 year on his contract. Obviously, if Youri Tielemans was tied on a 2 or 3 year contract at Leicester City, he would have gone for like £65 million because Leicester sells expensively. That's why Arsenal never landed the signing of Youri Tielemans last summer. Reason being, Arsenal put up a bid of £45 million. An offer of £45 million, and they wanted 65 because he was left with 3 years on his contract. When the player was denied a move away to Arsenal, what he did, he said, all right, now it looks like Leicester City doesn't want to let me out. So what I'm going to do is simple. Let me really hold on to myself and my agent for not signing or really extending our contract at Leicester City. Obviously, he knows he's a very good player. He's wanted by very many teams, and there is no way, if at all his contract runs down, he really failed to get a suitable suitor to pay for his services. You get? So, Arsenal know it that they need to first clear out the players to really negotiate a new deal with Tielemans. I don't believe that the terms and conditions they had agreed on last summer really count. What counts is that they have an agreement in place. But I think the personal terms are really going to be discussed again. Reason being, now he's coming on a cheaper. Him coming on a cheaper means that Arsenal needs to really increase on the agent fees to be given to the agent of Youri Tielemans. Then secondly, Arsenal has to go ahead and increase on the salary they're going to give Youri Tielemans because they're willing to pay £45 million last time, meaning that if at all they are to pay 30 that Leicester wants, they're going to pay 15 million pounds less, meaning that Youri Tielemans will like Arsenal to remain with a profit of £10 million, and that £5 million should be shared on his salary in between him and the agent. The agent direct fees like £1 million, then the £4 million should be added on his offer they had made to him last summer. So you might hear that Youri Tielemans is going to really go ahead and renegotiate his personal terms with Arsenal. Reason being, a player, every time he makes a transfer, is one of those moments when he really gets in lots of monies. And a player knows that he's preparing for his children and future. What if Youri Tielemans breaks his leg at Arsenal? You get when he's still under contract. So when you're really making a transfer like from Leicester to Arsenal, you have to make sure that they are really giving you your worth. So 100% believe that Youri Tielemans is really a player who is going to join Arsenal, unless otherwise, as I've always told you that when Arsenal pulls out, that's the only way this player won't go to Arsenal. That's it. But the player's heart is at Arsenal. He's talking to Mikel Arteta. As Ben Jacobs has always told you, they've already agreed personal terms, but I think they're going to be revised when this deal is really back online, and then we will see what is going to happen. But he's telling us too that even Newcastle can come in with a late bid. You get? But even if Newcastle comes in with a late bid, the player has the right to say, I'm going nowhere. Because this season and summer, we've got to know that it's not all about where the club wants to sell you. It's where the player wants to go. Tielemans obviously wants to go to Arsenal, but he's being monitored by Manchester United as one of the alternatives for Frenkie de Jong. Obviously, when Frenkie de Jong doesn't come to Manchester United, I really believe that this is when Leicester will really get what they want. One, they are calling for bidding war. And when United comes in through and really puts in a bid, you get? It will be like a wake-up call to Arsenal. And Arsenal, I know where they are. They are just blowing their pinky finger and praying to it that De Jong goes to Manchester United, because they know that Leicester will have to accept £25 million by the end of the deadline. Transfer day. That is 1st September. Nearing that, Leicester will be desperate because they will know that this player has said no to the contract because they failed to convince him to sign a new contract or to renew his contract at Leicester, and will be leaving for free in the next summer. If they were to sell him in January, obviously we'll leave like for £5 million. So Leicester will be desperate to get hold of the £25 million Arsenal are really providing. So let's wait and see what happens from the Youri Tielemans story. But obviously, he's one of the players that is going to take all the boxes into that midfield of Arsenal. He can play as a CDM, he can play as a holding midfielder, he can play as a box-to-box midfielder, he can even play as an attacking midfielder. That is Youri Tielemans for you. So he has lots of assists on him, and if at all he's being played in that midfield with either Granit Xhaka or Thomas Partey, obviously none of the players that will be outside of that midfield will be missed. If you play him alongside Thomas Partey, you won't miss Granit Xhaka. If you play him alongside Thomas Partey, Xhaka won't be missed. If you play him alongside Thomas Partey, if we play him alongside Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey won't be missed, because Arsenal has been facing that problem. Every time Thomas Partey really gets an injury, Arsenal looks like lame into the midfield. There is no way they can control the engine room when that guy is away. They really need a player who can really get them to the levels of really competing back to where they're supposed to be in there for you. Now, when that Youri Tielemans story is done, we're getting a story coming in from Cesar Luis Melo. He's telling us that Lucas Torriera will travel to Turkey in the next few hours to sign his contract with Galatasaray until 2026. Galatasaray already had an agreement with Arsenal worth €7 million plus €3 million in bonuses should objectives be met in there for you. So it looks like Arsenal are really agreeing on a €10 million deal with Galatasaray over Torriera. And Torriera was really waiting to see whether teams like Valencia will come in through, Juventus, AS Roma. But I think like they are saying, no, we are not coming in through. We are not really buying you at €10 million as Galatasaray is offering. So it looks like the player has really agreed that, all right, let me go to Galatasaray and play my football that side. And I think the Champions League, let's wait and see what happens here for you. But I think it won't be a very bad move for a player who goes by the names of Lucas Torreira, because if you go even to Galatasaray and play very well, obviously these teams will come and pick you and buy you. You get? Maybe they are not so much sure about yourself and they needed you to go back in Italy and really put up a season that is so much memorable to them to really attract you. But Arsenal bought him at like, is it 23, 24 million pounds? If at all they're really getting like 8, 9 million pounds, not bad, because you know that you're even saving wages, because I know he has been really earning close to 100,000 pounds a week at Arsenal. So that shows you that you're really getting in a player, you're really getting out a player and getting some money in, and then getting relieved of his contract that was really huge. So that's what I really believe Arsenal is all about. But Lucas Torreira looks like he's one of those players that Arsenal has added onto the exit list permanently after Matteo Guendouzi, Bernard Leno, and Torreira. The next players to leave permanently are Pablo Mari. He's going to Monza in Italy. Then Nicola Pepe is expected to leave permanently. For Hector Bellerin, it's still tricky. They're really negotiating to terminate his contract with Arsenal. So that's what is happening in Arsenal right about now, and the team which goes by the names of Arsenal is really trying to clear out players to really create space for Youri Tielemans. This money, when it comes in, it will help Arsenal to negotiate a proper deal for Youri Tielemans, especially how much they're really going to pay him, and maybe they can even match the £30 million that Leicester City has been really calling from them, because you might find yourself that Arsenal was finding it hard to top up that £5 million when they're still having salaries to pay to players like Torreira in the midfield, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Nicola Pepe, you get Hector Bellerin, Pablo Mari. So if at all they really get themselves relieved of those players, they can really get in and really do that. You might find that Pablo Mari is like at £10,000 a week. When you add on Maitland-Niles, I think is like at 20. Let me be exact. Arsenal player salaries, where are you? Let me do it here. I really want to be exact. Let me get it on the screen. And you see it, but because I want to say exact. I want to show you how much this deal is so much reliant onto what we call the Arsenal plan of really getting in new players. Let me show you the wage bill of Arsenal. All right, it's coming onto your screen. Smash the like button, guys, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, all right, it's all here. All right. It's all here. So Nicola Pepe is earning £140,000 a week, meaning that when you really get him out of Arsenal, you really get, you save close to £140,000 a week. That's how much a month, close to 560 pounds a month, meaning that a year you are saving close to, that is close to £7 million. So Hector Bellerin almost saving the same amount of money, close to how much? This is 440, almost £5 million. Add them to the 7, that is £12 million. Bernard Leno was earning £100,000. Add that £4 million a year. This is £5 million a year. So already £5 million a year. Add on this, that is 10. That is close to £12 million. Add on Nicola Pepe, that is £20 million. Pablo Mari earns close to £5 million. Those are £25 million being saved a year. Then there is another player that is leaving. Lucas Torriera is earning £4 million a year. That is close to £30 million a year. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, £3 million a year. That is like £33 million a year being saved in the for you. Then who else left? Gwenduzi, where are you? Kwonko Bryce Nelson in the for you. So when you look at how Arsenal are really going to spend their money, they need to see these people getting out, obviously. If you're really a very serious team, you need to really offload. When you offload a player, you get money and then save the amount of money you've been paying him. So it shows you that when Arsenal offloads these players, they'll have saved close to £40 million in salaries a year. Isn't that good business? What business is better than that? Is there any business better than that? I really doubt. That is a really good business for Arsenal, and I think if at all they really go on and accomplish it like that, it really pull out a lot of space to accommodate Youri Tielemans, the side which goes by the names of Arsenal. So I was really telling you that Arsenal is really needing to get these players off their pay structure, because they know that when they are really getting off, they are really going to really get themselves to the level. Now, Kierney Tierney, returning from injury, had lots of things to say. He said on his long-standing interest in Arsenal, on his long-standing interest in him before signing. He said, first, when Arsene Wenger was in charge, I was only 18 years of age, played maybe 35 games for Celtic, but I was still a boy. I wasn't ready. You see some players move early and it doesn't work. So he said that he was still young, and he said, all right, I was 18, interest is there, but let me not cross to that side. I really believe that I still have to really improve, because when I move in early, it might not work for me. Then he said, I'm ready, I'm good to go. I went to the training camp in Marbella in the summer camp and worked there for 10 days to get fit. Me and the sports scientists and the physios and a few others. In a sad way, I know my way around an injury now, but it definitely doesn't get any easier. So he looks like he's ready. He's back. He has worked hard to get back. And for your own information, he is in the squad of the 27 players that Mikel Arteta traveled with to a side which goes by the names of Selhurst Park in London to play Crystal Palace. Obviously, in the next 3 hours from now, the game is going to be live. And 2 hours from now, we are going to be here bringing you what we call the, obviously, match reaction in the for you. So guys, feel free to go into the comment section to know what you think about Youri Tielemans' latest update to Arsenal in the for you. Then Patrick Vieira tipping Arsenal to be really one of those teams to be closer to the title this season. Obviously, I also support him because I really believe that every team in the top 6 can be closer to the title. Then we talked about Torriera going to Galatasaray anytime from now. That is going to be announced, done and dusted. So guys, your reactions are welcome into the comment section below. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on the stories operating on a day. Remember, we are left with close to 5,000 subscribers, 4,000 subscribers to hit the 10K mark. So help me subscribe to this channel, and I want you to help me really reach that milestone. Rokani David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. I think by the time we return, we're only going to be talking Arsenal versus Crystal Palace, and it's all going to be about what we call the match build-up. I sign out for now. See you later, and I'm out.